Hello and welcome to another edition of After the Whistle. We are here March 5th. I'm here, Stevie here. When you know Stevie here, there's going to be a major boxing topic being discussed. Todd's here. You know, not either of us got up this morning to go.
I got like 2.5 hours of sleep. I'm tired. I'm about to take a nap after this.
I couldn't even put my foot out the bed, so.
Understandable.
It's all good. Yo, what do you guys have like a favorite movie, sequel, trilogy, you know, like a franchise that anytime it's on you'd watch all of them?
That's a good question.
I mean, you got like, you said trilogy and sequel. Like you got like the Terminator. Like for me, you know what I mean, Terminator 2 is probably one of the best sequels ever. And then you got, for me, I'm sci-fi. You got the Aliens. Yeah. But I don't really care for Alien 3 too much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, I mean, I've heard a lot of like.
Mine is Underworld.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't say that because it came on the other day and they were showing all. They were showing all of them. I just
kind of similar. Blade.
Blade was dope.
I like all.
You know, it's funny. Maddie grew up on Underworld. Yeah. That's why she's not really scared of monsters and anything like that. So she grew up on. She's all about it. It's like special effects and stuff like that. So
that Rise of the Lycans. That one was mine. That was.
Yeah.
That one was tough.
Yeah. I like that. I actually like it, but I didn't think I liked the third one though.
The third one was but it was still
because it kind of threw me off.
Okay, but it was still good though.
I was gonna say Lethal Weapon.
Oh yeah, I like that.
And then you can always say Rush Hour because you know more confident relief, but like,
I was gonna say that too.
Lethal Weapon though, yeah, I watched them all day.
My underrated one is Pirates of the Caribbean. All four of them.
Pirates is dope.
I literally I could watch all four of them every day.
Yeah.
Like, literally. And then I got so into it, I started watching like people be doing YouTube videos to talk about certain details on it. I be watching that stuff too. So I be like, oh snap.
Oh, yeah,
so then
like the specials.
Yeah, like some stuff that you
looks.
Yeah, or like underlining stuff that happened that you probably didn't catch the first time, and then you go back and watch
hidden meanings and all that stuff, and Easter eggs for like other things.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like one of them is Jack Sparrow was like before he became a pirate, he was working for the British Empire, but they had him transporting cargo, aka transporting humans, aka transporting slaves.
Oh.
And he didn't feel like that was the right thing to do. So that was kind of like how he kind of became the way
I never even thought about. Wow, that's dope.
Yeah.
I never even thought about that.
Yeah,
he was one for the people.
Yeah.
I
got a whole new respect for Jack Sparrow now.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Usually people that
But you could tell anyway though, he was, even in the movies, I kind of.
Yeah, he was always like.
Always for the people.
Yeah, pretty much. This is quite the transition, but Kyrie Irving, who is for the people, he just went down with a serious knee injury the other day, torn ACL. His season is over. And it just looks like sometimes the universe, when you just like do things that people don't feel is right, sometimes the universe kind of punishes you. I feel like the universe is punishing Nico Harris for it, because you just look at everything that's happened since that trade. Nothing's been going well for Dallas since that trade. Like nothing. The guy you traded for, he's out. The other guy you traded for, he's out too. You know, Kyrie, he had to take he had to play more minutes and like carry the offensive load, like do more offensively and stuff as far as scoring and getting everybody else involved. And I feel like, and now it's just like, where do you go from here?
I think they're going to shut it down, T. I don't know. But first of all, I feel bad for Kyrie.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he was in tears, bro. He knew right away. You know, I know that feeling. I injured my knee before, so I know what it's like to injure a knee and know that it's over for a little bit. But yes, Mook, I agree with you. I think the whole plan backfired for the GM over there, and he's, what they call it, eating crow. Is that what they call it? Yeah.
Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, I'm sure crow's pretty gross.
Yeah, something like that.
Or eating pigeon.
Something.
All right, but this is what happens when you base your decisions off greed. Greed and maybe a little envy. You looking at other franchises and how they're prospering. You seeing how they said they want to get casinos. You seeing how betting is a big thing now, and it's just people just being greedy, and they're getting reminded that you're not bigger than the business, and you'll get reminded that some of your prized possessions aren't guaranteed. Like they were banking on Kyrie and Anthony Davis. Now, unfortunately, Kyrie's out for the season, and you don't know when Anthony Davis is coming back. So now you got to figure this out now.
And then even when he does come back, the whole dynamic is now shifting too, because like Anthony Davis, I think he always wants to have like a good player next to him, that can take some of the stuff off him. So now he's like, when he comes back, it's going to be like him at the Pelicans all over again.
Yeah, man. It's just, it's not good for the NBA if you ask me. You got Anthony Davis.
Just shut them both down.
And Kyrie out, you know what I mean?
Shut them down.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even bring AD back. Why? You're not going to win a championship. You might not make the playoffs. They're already in the bottom half of that.
But you know how guys want to play. Franchises want to see if they can make a push. They're willing to risk a man's well-being in his body, as you've seen, in the past. So,
I think this was a win for the owner.
Tank for Cooper?
Nah, because the owner want to move.
Gosh, still tank for Cooper?
I mean, end of the day, they could still figure out a way to move.
But what I'm saying is that kind of helps their cause, the owner's cause, because they got a losing team, and we might as well just move them out right now.
All right. So what I'm looking at the standings right now. Dallas is 32-30. They are 10th place, so they are in that play-in. They are behind the Clippers, Sacramento, and Minnesota.
Who's right behind them?
Phoenix is.
They're gonna get that.
I mean, Phoenix is the way their season's going. It looks like they might be calling it a season the way they're going.
Yeah, you see what happened last night?
They were balling though.
They were balling, but they look bad.
It's just a weird dynamic. I think a lot of people are saying they got to get rid of the coach. I just feel like they just need to actually utilize their pieces. If you actually know guys can give you things like Bo coming out there producing. Like I said, a lot of people talking about where's he been at. I totally agree. Like what you've been watching all practice. For you to just give him time and him to be producing like that, you had to see something in practice. And you had to be seeing things for months.
You know how
weeks.
political it is.
Yeah, and that's the point. So at some point, are you more concerned about satisfying your players on the bench pause, or you want to win?
Yeah.
Right. Yo, and listen, that win last night was kind of one of those wins that we're going to see it could either spark them or it was just a 1 in a million. I don't know. We'll see.
They got like 20 games left in the season?
I think they'll overtake Dallas, though, with that injury. I think that's...
But the only thing I feel with them is, their defensive rotation and their defensive care is just awful.
Yeah, you
got some guys in there like that, they'll give you 30, but they can't even slide in front of somebody. Two guys running to each other with hiding on the break. Like, bro, y'all didn't see him running full speed? Like, you serious, dude? Like
that plays a little bit of D.
That was just that was gross when I saw that play. Like, y'all serious? Y'all professionals? Y'all come on.
And also, I think the lack of a point guard is really been hurting them. Just a solid point guard. They thought Tyus Jones was gonna be that addition, but he hasn't been what they thought he'd be. So I think one of the things they're probably looking at, they probably should have tried to get a playmaking point guard or somebody that could just settle everybody down. Not even have to do anything. Just settle the offense down in certain times. I think they probably looking at it. They should have made a move for someone like that if there was someone like that on the trade market.
If that's the case, Bill got to go to the bench.
Yeah.
They go get a point guard. Bill got to go to the bench.
I mean,
if you ask me, to deal with what's going on in the West.
I mean, from what his production has been this season, I thought they were gonna move him a long time ago.
But I'm surprised he's still there. He should have been moved.
But my thing is, Tyus Jones isn't a bad point guard. Why don't they just ask him to do that? I just feel like there's not real communication and real roles. You know what I mean? Appointed.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Tyus, we know you can do your thing, you can score and all that, but we don't need you for that. You see you playing with? It's 30 and 30.
Because my man Booker's getting way more assists than him. And trying to shoot and score.
So sometimes you got to disappoint roles compared to just letting guys figure it out on their own.
Yeah, definitely agree. More injuries. Jalen Suggs, who's probably...
He's injured all year.
He's done for the season. Good defensive player. But it seemed like the Magic, we thought they was going to take the leap this year after what they did last year. But then the the oblique thing with Banchero. Now this, it was like the Wagner brothers. They both got hurt.
One of them's out now for the season 2.
Yeah. So it was like, what is going on there? There's some bad juju going on, because like, and they started off the season pretty well too.
I don't know what that expects.
I haven't heard much about Orlando, just to be honest, in the headlines or anything.
But they in the middle of the pack now? Because at one point they were like at the top.
Yeah, they was like, I think they was December and something. They was like they was up there in the top 5 definitely. Now they're 8.
You're not surprising teams anymore. You know what I mean? Cleveland's just a good team. Their dynamic is just good. But like Orlando, I feel like they surprised some guys. You know what I mean? Paolo is still him. You know what I mean? Injuries hurt, but also too, when you got some of your main guys that get injured and go down, your role players need to step up. You got to show why they're on the team as well, and why they get paid as well, and why they should get more time. So that also happens sometimes when you're on like the second year of showing that you're that team, compared to surprising people the year before. You're like your sophomore quality year, I guess you want to call it. So it's just the whole overall team needs to get better.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, with that, not catching people by surprise thing, that's definitely a big factor, especially in sports in general. Like you do it one year, they're like, all right, cool, let's see you try to do it again, because now we're gonna focus more on it. And Orlando, they're like a defensive team. They're a defensive team, but now teams are like finding their mismatches and stuff like that. So
due to the injuries and stuff, so making
making some adjustments. But they do got the talent though.
Yeah,
they got a lot of talent.
I like the Brazilian dude. He's tough. Paolo Banchero. He's tough.
He Brazilian?
Yeah, he's Brazilian.
No,
I thought he was Italian.
I think his mom's Italian.
You
sure?
Yeah.
You sure he ain't from Brazil?
It might be mixed.
It might be mixed, but I know his mom's Italian.
Like straight Italy.
Check that right now.
Yeah, she was a hooper.
I thought he was from Brazil or something.
Nope, not from Brazil. And then lastly, as far as NBA, I don't know what took them so long, but Joel Embiid, he is done for the season. Well, they are shutting him down finally. He just never looked right this whole season. I don't think he should have even played as many games as he did. He just never looked right at all this season. And, them knee injuries, it just take a toll on you. And trying to play through it and still feeling pain, it's just like you're setting yourself back up for the future. So it's kind of like you got to figure out a way to get healthy. But the process has been cursed.
Man, listen.
12 years of the process.
That's a product.
I think I can only remember one season where he just played the whole season, or not even the whole season, it was just him being there for the whole run. You know what I mean? Like in the playoffs, not worried about injuries. I can only remember one season with him being not worried about injuries. How long has he been in the league?
I couldn't even tell you. Move that guy.
Okay. Since 2014.
2014. Yeah. So that's
11 years. Yeah.
One season. It's crazy that I can remember him being healthy. Because as soon as he came in the league, wasn't he injured? Like, did he sit out the whole year?
Yeah, man, he sat out like the first 2 years.
He was injured in college. He didn't even play at Kansas. But Mook, you said about like him not looking well or looking good this year. He didn't look good the past like 2-3 years.
The most game he's played in his career is 68 games, and that was 2021, 2022.
I don't even know what to say really, because it really isn't really a topic, because people knew he wasn't going to finish the season, especially when he's not playing back-to-backs. What's next?
Retirement.
Well, I was going to say, you're not playing the rest of the season. You might try to figure it out next year, but...
Retire him, huh?
I mean, listen, one thing we know about big men, once those injuries start happening to your knees, you don't get no better. Especially, he's 30 too. When you get to 30, those injuries, they start taking a toll on your body. And
I think he gives somebody 20 minutes a game. Effective.
When it's hard for you to play a full game or even half a game, that's when you just gotta make considerations for your future.
How old is he?
He's 30. He's 30, but with the injuries, he's more like 40, or not even 60.
Now, I was thinking, like, would his body be in a better position if he actually played a big man role?
Probably.
Like down low layup, dunks, mid-range jumps, maybe 3 occasionally, but he's always on the wing, doing things, you know what I mean? Driving, trying to do all the moves, you know what I mean? Like,
point.
Because Shaq didn't get injured that much until he got older.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, most bigs didn't get injured until he got older. You know what I mean?
Shaq's feet.
Yeah, the wear and tear. Yeah. But him, it's just like, he be just doing the most.
And Shaq, we could all understand his injury because the way teams are defending him and stuff like that. It was just a question. You know what I mean? It's a curious question. Valid question, so.
Definitely valid.
You're
right. Because he do be trying to do this, and that's when you see him fall and trip.
Yeah, get injured, and like, bro, just get on the block, man.
Just post up and do a little jump hook.
That's enormous.
That's why Kareem was in the league so long.
That sky hook.
That's a good. Listen.
Think about all the bigs, really, and I'm not opposed, like, you know, from playing outside and doing that. Jokic has no problem doing that, but he primarily is a big.
He's in there, yeah. He's in the paint.
You know what I mean? Or he's dribbling up the court, creating for somebody, but he's in the paint.
Yeah.
Hitting you with that footwork.
Most of his assists come from the paint.
Hitting you with that lateral movement. Shout out to KG.
Most of his assists come from the paint.
Yeah. So, like, I'm just saying, you know.
And also, you know.
Back to the basket.
He's getting double teamed each time he gets the back to the basket. So, I mean, get down there. They're going to double team you.
Oh, he don't like, I'll be honest, I don't really like being down there.
Yeah.
From what I've seen. And I've never wore glasses.
And looking at them now, 21-40 on the season. Jeez Louise, man. So, yeah, 21-40. I mean,
Paul George still there?
He's still there. He shut down his podcast.
I know.
He let people bully him. He let people bully him into shutting down his podcast for the rest of the season. Man.
He need to go back to beard PG. That little mustache thing ain't cutting it, man.
Hey, Paul George, do your podcast, man.
That's crazy.
He's
been playing a couple games.
I mean, it felt like he ate.
I know.
Feel like he announcing the game, don't it?
Paul George, do your podcast, man. Don't let folks bully you. Like, you're playing basketball for like a certain amount of hours. You got to rest the whole day.
It's 45 minutes a week.
Right.
No different than what we do here.
All right.
Sometimes we go over like an hour. But like, it's once a week, bro. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your time, bro. Don't nobody tell you nothing just because your team's success and your personal success isn't matching up with your second career that might be, you know, unfolding a couple years from now.
They're saying his efforts are a little better now that his podcast is down.
No, his efforts a little better because
people talking trash.
Yeah, pretty much. It ain't because the podcast. It's because he just people questioning him.
He got to stop the podcast and he got to show people he locked in. You know what I mean? Like, just do the podcast, bro.
Right.
Yeah,
we're like halfway through this. We're like halfway through the season. Come on now.
It wasn't even bad.
Come on now. He got one of the best podcasts out there.
Who's the white dude he podcasted with? I know the movie guy.
I have no idea.
I don't know what it is.
I think that might be like his friend or something.
Because I know some of these guys, I'd be like, who is this person?
Yeah, it's usually always their boys or something. Someone they went to college with or something like that.
Hey, I'm your friend.
Exactly.
So,
if the Sixers want to look at something positive, it could be worse. They could be the Wizards or the Hornets.
What happened? I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
The Sixers want to look at something positive. They could be the Wizards or the Hornets. But
I mean, but like,
they might want to beat them.
No, but like, at least the Wizards have people wanting to come. Like, you watch. You want to watch LaMelo? You want to watch Mr. Poole? Who you really want to watch on the Sixers, bro? You know it's hard for me to even watch Philly games.
Maxey.
Because I like
Maxey, but he ain't even trying no more. You know that?
It's kind of hard.
You should see his last 3 games, man.
It's kind of hard when you look around and
he scored
like,
5 points, Maxey.
Like,
how you go from scoring 40 to scoring 5?
Yeah, man, Philly, bro. It's just, you know. And I'll be honest, some teams just hard for me just to watch consistently. Like, I don't like Philly's uniforms. I don't like the arena. Red, white, and blue colors. I'm sick of that. Like, even the Celtics. Like, he'll tell you, I don't really watch a lot of Celtics games because it's like I've been seeing the same court, everything my whole life. I like the black uniforms, but I'll see you on the playoffs. Granted, the other night y'all was balling. I watched that game though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NFL, some NFL news for y'all. The Washington Commanders have traded for Deebo Samuels. So that ends his time with the 49ers. Good addition for Washington. Just the biggest question is, can he stay on the field? That's been his issue. Can he stay on the field? Because if he can, it'll help Washington immensely. But he's got to be able to stay on the field.
Yeah.
No, you go ahead, Steve.
I was going to say, I think he'll be able to because of the type of situation he's in with Daniels. Daniels knows how to spread the ball around. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going to be relying on him to be he might be labeled the primary, but I don't even think he's going to be the primary over there because they got Terry McLaurin, right? Mm-hmm. So.
Oh, excuse me.
You know?
Man.
I think he'll make it.
Yeah, I think he'll do fine. The Commanders needed another piece on offense, try to get him over the hump with that young quarterback they have. And, man, Brock lost one of his bodyguards. So him and McCaffrey got to figure it out because it's shown that when it's just him and McCaffrey, it don't really do too well because he has to make more. He has to make more prominent decisions in certain parts of the game that he's not prepared to do.
Is Ayuki over there?
Ayuk's still there. He got that extension.
Oh, that's why Deebo's gone.
Yeah, but
Deebo was just like when he didn't play, they weren't really effective.
Yeah,
when McCaffrey didn't play and he played, they were still afloat. You know what I mean? So it's like, we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Well, yeah,
Deebo is Deebo.
Deebo can play running back sometimes for you.
Deebo could play every position on the offensive side. He could play quarterback too.
He's gonna help Washington big time.
Yeah, and they got a lot of confidence too after the season they just had.
They're gonna give Philly a run for their money.
One game away from the Super Bowl, so good move by the Commanders. Speaking of Philly, they just made Saquon the highest paid running back, I believe. Gave him an extension. You see how you reward players? Some of you franchises don't reward your players, especially the last franchise he played for. But he came in there, got a ring, and now he got some more money in his bank account.
They are feeling bad right now, the Giants. They got to be.
I think they're numb to it. Yeah, they've been asked for a long time. Granted, they won them 2 Super Bowls, but in between all that, they've always been just,
The guy that they drafted is on a team that's in your division and just won them a Super Bowl and became the highest paid running back in the history of the NFL.
Yeah. I think they're numb because they was never going to pay him. So they probably don't even understand or grasp the idea of somebody else paying him because they never planned on paying him, man. But Philly owed it. I mean, he ain't owned, but well-deserved.
Yeah,
you could have broke the record this year and you won the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
kudos, brother, to you, man.
Yeah, the deal is 2 years, $41.2 million extension, $36 million guaranteed, and he's gonna be the first running back getting more than $20 million per year, and he could earn up to $50 million in incentives. He probably could earn more if they stopped doing that damn push-tush, because he could have had at least 30 touchdowns. He had at least a good 10 to 15 touchdowns taken away from him because of the push-tush.
I got a question, always. My question is, do you think that this is going to affect other running backs, that contract?
I mean, it always affects the market. The market goes up.
Yeah, they're going to see that.
But everybody's not him. Everybody's not Barkley.
It don't even matter.
It don't matter.
You just gotta climb through that window.
Right. It's the market,
it's the
man.
window.
The market, the demand.
Like he gonna get other guys paid.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. So what do you think? All right, cool.
Yeah. So
I wasn't alone with that thought.
No,
I was thinking the same thing.
This is a positive for running backs because you've seen how they've been trying to devalue running backs the last several years.
They had a whole article in Sports Illustrated some year, like almost 10 years ago, I think, about the running back almost being like extinct and all this stuff. So yeah, man. Football seeing that it's like chess, man. There's certain pieces on the board. You could lose a couple pawns, but you know what I mean?
Lose that queen.
Yeah, man. Like or your rook. You know what I mean? There's certain things you can't.
Even your bishop.
Yeah, you can't really lose like that, especially in the game of football. It's not like you know what I mean. Some teams might get away with not having a running back and fullbacks, and they just have a crazy pass threat, and they got a crazy dual threat running back. Quarterback.
You said it right. Dual threat.
I mean, dual threat quarterback who could also be a running back. You know what I mean? But most teams need just the primary positions. Right.
What I'm seeing from Philly, especially, they made some other moves too. I'll tell you in a second. They just gave somebody $51 million. They're bringing back linebacker Zach Baun on a 3-year, $51 million contract. So they're pretty much setting themselves up to try and repeat. So, hey, man.
Linebackers are getting that kind of money?
Hey, defense wins championships.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
3 years, 51, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Shout out to the agent.
Linebackers was getting money like that.
Yeah, shout out to the agents, man. Them agents working. Let's go.
Whoa, I thought they were still like in the, under 10, making 10 million a year. The linebackers, they 17.
You got to pay everybody now.
Yeah, you got to pay them.
Even them sorry old kickers.
As long as they ain't doing nothing nasty. Let's go to Joey. Yeah, we was in that hot gym yesterday, me and Joey. We talked about the playoffs, the teams that are still in, the teams that got eliminated, and all that. Check this out. We're going to come back. We'll talk about it, too, because... Hello and welcome to another edition of the Plus One interview with my man Joey. I know y'all haven't seen him for last couple of weeks, but he's here now. Not in studio, but because he was here earlier. But we got him here. What's going on, sir?
What's going on? Thank you for having me. Excited for the conversation. Another great week. So a lot of fun. Yeah,
we got officially about a week or so left in this regular season. Next Sunday is the official last day of winter sports, but we got Elite 8 coming. We got quarterfinals coming up. Hopefully more of the Lynn teams advance. But before we get into the teams that are still alive, let's get into some of the teams whose season has come to an end. We'll start off with Kip Academy. I was at their game against O'Brien. I wasn't sure what was going on. I didn't see Coach Moody Bay there. I thought he was sick or something, but they had told me he had gotten 2 technicals the last game of the season, so he had to miss the game. And I was like, that ref had to be pretty bad because Coach Moody Bay usually never gets out of character or never goes off on referees from what I've seen. So it was interesting.
I have to agree. I can't speak because I didn't see that game, but I've never seen Moody act like that. But regardless, another tournament trip, another strong seeding from the Panthers, and led by Trotsky, who is definitely a top, 5-10 player in the city, in my opinion. Love his pace, love his game. So a good year for Kip, but an unfortunate ending.
Yeah, they're still trying to get that push for that, make a deep postseason run. They'll get there someday, but they got a good foundation though with Coach Moody Bay there. Chosky was a great player to, kind of help the program moving forward. 4 years with them, 1,000-point scorer, just did everything asked of him, showed a lot of leadership. So they got nothing to hang their heads low about. It was a really good season, had a lot of impressive wins. Trotsky getting the 1,000 points, but those guys are a scrappy bunch, and I think some of those guys are returning. They got a good amount of guys returning. So hopefully, they just get those pieces that'll come in and help them get over that hump to make that deep postseason run.
Yeah, you and I have talked about this many times in the sense that a lot of times it's about the foundation you build, right, with these high school programs, and I think the culture is there with Kip. The team knows what it is and their identity, and I like what Kip's done the last 2-3 years, and I think Moody and company will be back. They'll take that next step, I think.
Yeah. Let's go over to the Lady Bulldogs. The Lady Bulldogs, their season had come to an end at the hands of Attleboro last Monday, I believe it was, or Tuesday. Sometime last week. I was at that game. It's hard to just, when you just go 5 deep and don't really sub, and not sub at all, I should say, until one player fouled out. But those seniors, they really I mean, they played the majority of the game, no complaining, no nothing, just went out in there and played. They fought, they had their moments to try to take the lead from Attleboro, but it just, they just ran out of gas at the end. But, Coach Brennan, second year tournament run, she has 4 freshmen that were on varsity. It's going to be the foundation for her next year. So they got good things. They got good things ahead. Jaliana Concepcion, she's shown she's a future star in this city. So I like the direction the Lady Bulldogs are going.
Oh, I'd have to agree with you. When you look at the program a year ago, it was fine. It was just they've really taken it up multiple levels this year, which is a goal Sydney wanted. She wanted the state tournament in year 1, was flirting with it, didn't quite get it, came back this year even stronger, and they reached the tournament and played a competitive game there. It's not like, you see some of these teams squeak in and then they get blown out. They were in that one for a while. That was competitive. So love the culture there, just like Kip. And man, I think Sydney, a couple years from now, I'd be surprised if they wouldn't have, big pile of wins and some accomplishments individually and a lot of good memories I think that they're going to create there.
Because I believe they got a couple upperclassmen returning, which is going to help. But the key for me is those 4 freshmen. Those 4 freshmen, they got some minutes during the season. Jaliana got more the minutes. She was kind of coming. She started. There was one game she started, I believe it was against Salem, her first varsity start. She scored 21 points. Coming off the bench most of the season, she's shown signs. So next year, I'm expecting her to take the leap. And also some of those younger players that didn't get that many minutes, but they have promising futures. So yeah, that core is definitely gonna be one to watch. Lynn Classical. They started the postseason off with a good win over Hudson on the road, getting the upset. Then they fought, I believe, was it Norton they played?
Yeah.
Norton, that game was pretty close throughout, and I think Coach Sawyer said Norton just pulled away in the second half. But hey, the Lady Rams all year, they were a tough team, man. They were a tough out, but great season for Coach Sawyer's group.
I could be wrong. I think single digits halftime, end of third quarter, maybe around 10. And then, whether it was the home court, the talent, whatever, Norton pulled away. But Classical, they were versatile, led by Divine Egbuda, who definitely a legitimate scorer in this city. And love what Coach Sawyer did. He was happy with how Classical was represented that night. He told me he was just proud of his girls for competing and, representing that logo very well. So Classical, just like the English girls, I think big stepping stones. And while we're talking about both of them, I can't wait to watch them play each other next few years.
Again, the tournament win does a lot. It does a lot. That's just going to boost. That's just going to help them moving forward when they get back to it, so they know what they do. I'm just hoping next year they could. They've been having good records. They just got to find a way to get some home games in the postseason. So that's one thing right there with them trying to get a home game. The Lady Tigers, their season came to an end. Only one senior on the team, and that was Angie Bingham. Her career as a Tiger ends. A great career for her, scoring 1,000 points this year, racked up a lot of wins, filled up the stat sheet each and every night. We know what we're going to get from the Lady Tigers. So they fought all season, but season comes to an end. But there's some players that they got there.
Yeah, and talking to Coach Caitlin Wechsler, who, by the way, also we just wrote a story about her, and she's packed. She's a elementary teacher, and then she comes over to tech and head coaches 3 sports. So she's a busy lady, and she did a great job. It seemed like every time we exchanged, in a conversation after a game, or even just exchanging texts, it was like a different player did something every night. And, NG led the way, 1,000 points this year. That night was awesome, probably the highlight of the season for the girls team. But loved the contributions that the Lady Tigers got. And they'll be back. Like you said, only one senior on the team. So the fact that they got some big game experience, they just met their match, I think, in that round. But as long as you can take good things away from a loss like that, I think that's all that matters with Tech.
We are back. Oh, we got some more football stuff to get to before we get into the boxing. Quickly, the Jets released Devontae Adams. That was a short marriage. I mean, geez Louise, y'all did all that, man.
That's Aaron's tail.
I mean,
that's not, yo. I was thinking in my head like it's gonna be a fall, another girl around. That's crazy.
That's Aaron's tail. I bet you. Wherever Aaron signs next year, Adam's gonna sign.
I would just distance myself.
I don't know, man, because he got more years in front of him than Aaron do. So they're not even in the same age range when it comes to
that's
friendships, let alone playing.
Unless he goes back to the Raiders. Unless Aaron goes to the Raiders, Adam's gonna fall.
If I'm Devontae, I'm looking for a team that's good. Like possibly a Super Bowl team. I'm going
to Mahomes if I'm Adams.
Either that or the Ravens.
Yeah.
Right, or my man, right? Yep.
Or the Ravens, or the Bengals. Ooh, Joe Burrow throwing you the ball.
Or the Commanders.
Tag my guy.
That too.
But also, too, remember, these guys have to live there. So I'm trying to think of something that ain't too bad to live, but like, them all co-places we kind of talk about.
Yeah.
He's already been with the Packers. they with the Jets. He might try to go somewhere warm. I just thought about it. Yeah, because you want to know why?
Houston.
All the winners play in cold places.
Right.
Because unfortunately, when the hot weather teams come there for the playoffs,
they don't want it like that.
They turn into raisins.
He could go to Houston. He good.
They might need him.
They could use that. Yeah. It's nice. A lot to do down there.
Oh, yeah.
Got some Clydesdales. If you like riding horses.
I love Texas.
Yes. All the players getting drafted this year, if you a young man that's about to get drafted, you should hope you get drafted to Houston. If you have some discipline. If you ain't got no discipline, don't get drafted to Houston.
Nah, do not.
Yeah,
do not.
You will not survive. You will not survive.
It's wild out there.
Texas is a nice place.
And men are like endangered species out there. It's like 11-1, bro. You know?
They out there killing each other, getting locked up. Most of them dudes.
It's crazy. I loved it out there.
I loved it too.
I need to go back.
I'm going back, actually.
We all going back. Yo, next time y'all go, let me know. I'm going with y'all.
The Bengals.
Serious.
The Bengals, they franchise tag T. Higgins again, so he's going to be playing on a franchise tag, 26-point-something million for this year. He's looking for a long-term contract, but he should know the Bengals are known for not paying people. So they have until like July 1st, I think, to work on a long-term deal, but they probably won't. So I'd request a trade if I'm him.
They're not going
to. He just wants a long-term contract.
He's going to request a trade, but they're not going to trade him because that money, what they just tag him with?
26 points.
26 on a wide receiver?
Yeah, I don't really understand the football dynamics of franchise. I'm thinking you got tagged by the franchise, you the man. I'm thinking you supposed to get you a long contract, so like just the title of it doesn't even add up to me personally. So like I don't understand how
it's a negative thing.
Yeah, like it's like a franchise toe tag. That's what it is. Yeah, damn it. True. So like they gotta start naming these things the way they need to be named. So I can understand this.
Here's my question. I want to know how many of the people that they toe tag actually come back like following years.
That's what I'm saying.
Without being tagged again.
This is his second year being tagged.
That's what I'm saying. See what I mean?
Bro, it's time for you to go, man. Yeah. They're not even respecting you. They're not respecting your wishes.
They just don't want you to go. They're like, we like you, but we don't like you.
Yeah, we already know. I had a joke for that. But not right now.
And how they play games with my man Chase?
Yeah. I mean, that dude should be the highest paid wide receiver right now. I don't know why he's not. But that's the Bengals. They're cheap. Their owner's cheap. Other NFL news, Max Crosby has signed Raiders defensive And he's defensive end. Yeah, he signed a 3-year, $106.5 million extension.
Shout out to Max. I'm a Raider fan. He's a cool white boy too.
He's nasty.
And if you know his story,
I love his game.
Yeah, and if you know his story, this is
he just seems like a real genuine person when you see him. You know what I mean? Whenever you see him on camera, seems genuine.
Yeah.
So that's dope.
DK Metcalf has requested a trade. I swear he does this every offseason, requesting a trade and never gets it, and just.
I don't pay too much attention to him. There's too much that goes in.
I'm always going to say, whenever there's like a wide receiver that's, one of them big names, I'm always going to say, yo, bring him here, because we don't have nothing here.
Oh, yeah, I'll take him, but I just don't understand, always asking for a trade.
Right.
I feel like if you produce more, you can kind of say what you want compared to asking.
Yeah.
Go out there and kill next year, man.
Yeah.
And tell them what you
all
want.
the attributes.
Yeah, but you just got to produce more.
Definitely. Quick college basketball updates. St. John's, they just won the Big East. This is what is this, year 2 of Patino?
Man.
They just showed his stats in year 2 everywhere he stopped. It's always a major.
I mean, let's be real. They moved the man out of Louisville for some strippers, for some men that were of age to go to the strip club, right? You could be turn place at 18 plus, right? 21 plus.
I think it was more they used the money.
I get it, but what they doing on campus at the frat houses? Getting strippers.
We've been on visits.
You know what I mean?
Happens.
Yeah.
It's wild, bro.
What happens?
I didn't know he started coaching in 77 or 79. That's a long time.
Yo, and he
started at BU in 77, I think.
You think that's cool? One thing I say is cool about coaching, because you could leave someplace as a dumpster fire with manure leaking out the bag. And you go somewhere, start completely fresh. People forget about what you did 4, 5, 6 years ago.
Especially winning. Especially
when you win,
Yo,
it's crazy.
They gonna be. Listen to me. I watch St. John's. They're gonna be a Sweet 16.
Yo, what college did he go to?
Who, Patino?
You go to Providence or something?
I think.
But I know he's a New York guy.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so I think he definitely appreciates this opportunity to be with St. John's and helping them flourish and getting back on top. Because I remember when St. John was nice. You was grown. You know what I mean? I was, we was teenagers, so
So I know a couple of them guys. So actually, so they were real nice. Ron Artest and them dudes, bro. Bootsy Thornton and them, man, yo. Elton Brand.
So other college basketball news.
It was Marcus Thornton too, right? The braids?
Yeah, they call him Boots.
I wasn't sure if it was the same one.
Boots. That was his nickname.
Other college basketball news. Texas A&M defeated number 1 Auburn. And I will say this.
Oh, they won that?
Yeah, 83-72. I will say this. Basketball has a way of just humbling you, or the karma in basketball. Because after Auburn beat Kentucky, they was showing the belt. They was doing the belt to ass thing on. On the baseline of Kentucky, they had somebody gave them a belt and stuff. They was doing that, and then this happened. It's just certain stuff you
Bruce, I don't think he's gonna ever get one.
I mean, I was watching the game last night. They were missing a god, one of the better gods. Pettiford, get out of there. That boy out there hooping. He should be a lottery pick. I think personally, just because how he plays the game, he's a bucket.
Yeah, he's tough.
But size-wise, we don't know if he'll be a lottery pick. So if you got a chance to get out there and produce on the actual, get a chance to get out there and actually be productive on the actual team, seize that opportunity. Because him being in college, all he got to be doing is competing for Player of the Year type stuff.
Yeah,
because he's just hard to handle. But as a whole, the game was all right. I don't know. Auburn, when they're not at full strength, they're always viable to lose. Yeah. They need to be at full strength for them to be them.
Hey, shout out to Andre Mills and George Turkson, mass guys on that Texas A&M squad.
Was that? Yeah, they love our mass guys. They're still recruiting our mass guys. They give a couple of our mass guys offers.
Yeah.
I mean, it took them long enough. They done missed the whole plethora of people. So, get them on the back end. Like, it's all right. Get the next generation, bro. All we gonna do is help them get ready.
Yeah, they need man. It's a breeding ground out here, man. There's so many talented kids out here.
I was reading an article.
It's always been like that, too.
Science.
Yeah.
Man,
They
those
loaded.
boys are great.
They got some dudes. All right. This is what this segment is all about. It's all about the boxing part of this segment, and Stevie, we're gonna get right into it.
Yeah,
the
man,
big fight over the weekend.
Okay.
So Pedro's gonna let us know which one we're gonna start with.
Yeah, he let us know with the picture. So we gonna start with Tank.
Well,
Tank.
I tell you guys, what a turn of events.
Okay.
I did not expect Lamont Roach to come out like that. He earned my respect. I didn't give him any chance, to be honest with you. But here's the highlights.
I was telling Pedro and I was talking, and I told him that it didn't surprise me because I know who Lamont Roach is. Lamont Roach is a champion in his own right, just a weight class below 130. I did think, I ain't gonna lie to you, I did think Tank was gonna knock him out because that's what Tank does. Tank takes guys late and he'll get you about 8, 9, 10. And I thought he was gonna do that to Lamont. I thought it was gonna be a good fight up until that point, but Lamont proved the world wrong. Not just me and you, and he proved everybody. Nobody gave him a chance to even win this fight. And he won the fight. They gifted Tank a draw because he took a knee. Are you gonna show it? Yep, this is the combination he took. Watch. And then is this it? What round? No, this is the 12th round.
He showed the knee already.
So he takes a jab and he takes a knee after the jab. That's an automatic knockdown no matter what happens. If you take a punch on the pro level, I think Rashid told us that, right?
Yeah.
On the pro level, no matter what, if you take a knee, that's a point. It's a knockdown.
And you said these two know each other really
Oh, yeah,
well,
they
right?
know each other extremely well. They grew up with each other in the D.C. area, Baltimore area. They fought in the amateurs twice. Tank won both times. And Roach knew what he wanted to do. He knew what was going to happen. He was the only one, I think. Him and his team, the only one knew that was going to be the outcome.
All right. Well, I'm going to speak on something I always felt about, but it's easy to ignore when Tank's always winning. He's not that skilled as a boxer compared to the upper echelon of boxers. Yes, he has power, but not that skilled. So Roach is way more skilled than him as a boxer. Mm-hmm. So, to be honest, Tank was kind of looking like, what's that little Spanish boy name?
Ryan Garcia?
Ryan Garcia, waiting for that left, trying to get that left. Roach is sitting on your left. What are you going to do with that right hand? Where's your jab?
Yeah,
Where is it?
So what they trying to say, or what people, the talk is that, here it is. See, he got hit with a jab, boom, and he took a knee. Now he goes over to the corner. Hold on. Watch the ref. The ref even started counting at that point. So that should have been a knockdown, but T, you're right. He's not that skilled. He's skilled enough to be the WBA champ, but if he gets in the ring with somebody like Shakur Stevenson on a skill level, or somebody like Keyshawn Davis on a skill level, he's gonna lose. And that's why he doesn't pick those fights. Him being the cash cow, he got the choice to pick what kind of fights he wants.
Yeah, I always felt that way when I watch him fight, but it's like you get away because you knock people out. So it's like, all right, that's what you do. But when you fight somebody who's just as skilled and just as strong, and can take a punch, numerous ones, and he knows you're waiting for that left. So his defense is
and you could kind of see
impressive.
that, right? You could kind of see that coming.
After
Pedro,
a while, too.
Think about this. You could kind of see that coming in the Frank Martin fight. Think about it. How Frank Martin performed in those first few rounds. Frank Martin was winning that fight until he knocked him out.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So and Roach knew that, and Roach could pick up on that.
But one thing we do gotta say, Roach did take a little knee too. He took one.
No.
He did
I know
take
what you're
one,
talking about.
Hey, he still went down.
No, he pushed him down. If you know, listen to me. I be in boxing.
I get it.
He pushed him down. He didn't take a knee. There's a difference.
I'm just saying the ref did have a little conversation with Roach as well. That's all I'm saying.
There's a big difference. I wish we could show that and compare the two, because
I wish we could.
You don't need no whatsoever from Roach. It was just, again, I was surprised the way he fought in the middle of the ring.
You can't say no knee whatsoever. The dude's knee hit the mat.
Oh, he went to the ground.
You can't say whatsoever, Pedro. Whoa. Choose your words wisely, my man.
No, I think he took a knee like 10.
I'm just saying he both went down, and even the announcers was like, all right, well, you take a knee, I take a knee. So and they went on with the fight. So that's all I was saying.
Yeah, but listen,
That's all I'm saying.
That was just trying to justify what Tank did. Tank took a knee, went over to the corner, got his face wiped. The ref was counting. The ref didn't count on Roach's knee to the ground. The ref knew that he got pushed down, called him up, gave him a warning or whatever he did. I don't know what he did, but he didn't count on him. If he would have took a knee, the ref would have started counting like he did for Tank.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? He started counting for Tank. You can see that. He's 1, 2. And then Tank is like, wait a minute, what are you doing? And goes to his corner, gets wiped up. It comes back to fight. That's on the referee. That's not even on the fighters.
He's the one that controls the fight.
I'm not even mad at Tank. If you can get away with it, it's like, it's like being in a match. We play ball. It's like grabbing somebody's shirt. If you can get away with grabbing their shorts or jersey, you're gonna do it.
I mean, you see that kid on ESPN on Instagram punch the guy in the nuts. If you get away with it, you're
gonna do it. And I
don't think I'm gonna do that though.
Tank knew he was gonna get away with it.
Boom, like middle of the court.
It ain't a crime if you don't get caught. That's my saying.
See, and that was that. But there was also some good fights on that card too. I don't know if you
Russell.
guys know. Yes,
Mr. Russell out there finally got his get back. Not against him though, but he finally got his belt.
Yeah,
finally got a belt.
He got that 140. What is his WBA?
He stopped playing. He was on that boy.
He abused Ryo. He abused Ryo.
He threw like 900 punches, bro. Nah, it was like 400 some punches, but it was a lot of punches, dude.
Yeah, he landed 400, but he threw.
So I'm not tripping. Yeah, he threw like 900.
He threw almost 1,000 punches that fight.
He was just throwing. But my thing is, though, I'll be honest, that's my type of boxing because you're always keeping the pressure on. Great, yeah, you might miss something, but you can't let that boxer get comfortable. But you got to be in a certain type of shape to even be able to fight that way.
Yes.
Most guys aren't even in that type of shape.
And the motivation too that he had. He had so much motivation. His brothers and his dad passed away, and I just like their whole team.
Pause. When we wake up in the morning, first thing you do, you scratch your balls.
Yeah, they got it. Yeah, the Russells, the whole crew.
They're a big family.
He woke up that morning.
Yeah, man. And that was a great fight. And then the fight before that. Now, Russell lost my money. I'm going to tell you. I would have won big money on that night.
Parlays in hit?
Not because I picked Russell to knock him out.
Oh, okay.
But Russell just dominated him. But I picked the first fight.
He beating the brakes off him.
The first fight was Puello. And Puello beat Russell for the belt.
Okay.
And he ended up fighting my man Sandor Martin from Spain. I was
watching some of it.
Yeah, Sandor's a good fighter, but he's not. I don't think he's on that level with those guys. He's not on the level with those guys.
My problem with boxing events,
I want to see the rematch for the unification, Pedro. I didn't mean to cut you off.
You good. No, I was going to say, like, my biggest thing with, like, events is once you show me what the headliner is, I don't really care who everybody else is fighting. You know what I mean? Once the headline's the headline. And granted, I love seeing some of them guys fight, but I be waiting for the headliner. Like, man, let's speed this up.
Real quick talk.
What's up?
It depends if it's like a Riyadh season where it's like every fight is like.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're going to have some of those.
Yeah. Riyadh C is in. Turkey. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, man. For guys like me, we love Turkey because he's making it happen.
I mean, because he's not corrupt.
Yeah,
and he's not
trying to corrupt him. He got too much money.
That's my point. He's just doing like, hey, you guys over in America don't want to fight. You want to get a cut here. You want to do this. You want to do that. You want to bring him over here and just fight, bro.
How much? Here's $10 million for you and $10 million for you.
So once again, these managers and these dudes be trying to, cut so much off the top and get they try to get rich off one guy.
Right.
If you had 15 guys, you'd be rich. But you try to get rich off one champion.
And that's what he's trying to show them.
You can't be serious.
And that's what Turkey's trying to show.
Like.
He's definitely for the fight.
It's no different.
He's for the boxing. Yeah. He's for boxing, not just the fighters. He's for boxing.
Absolutely.
Boxing is coming back, man. Like, I'm a lover of the games. Like basketball. I love the game of basketball. It's not just like certain players or. I love the game of boxing, the science of boxing, the being at the events. There's so much things that go into it, bro. I'm trying to tell you, it's not like most people just see what's on TV. They just see these guys get in the ring and throw it. There's so much to it, These dudes, I was telling Mook and them earlier, these boxers walk around at like 180 pounds, 190, 185, and then go fight at 147. And they only got 8 weeks to do it.
Right.
Real quick, guys.
I mean, I'm not doing that.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's just,
Here's some upcoming fights, some notable fights. Edgar Berlanga against Gonzalez Ortiz. He's fighting on the undercard of some dude that's unknown. I don't know why. In Florida.
Man, can I tell you something? I'm a boxing guy, and I didn't even hear about this fight. I honestly, Pedro, I don't even think it's going to be worth watching. It's not. It's not. Who's this? He's going to knock this guy out. This is just another way for him to get a knockout on his record and get back into
A tune-up fight.
Yeah. Basically, it's a tune-up. Yeah.
And of course, the return of the one-time Keith Thurman.
Oh, this should be good to see. It's in Sydney, Australia. I can see. So he must be fighting an Australian guy. Jarvis, I know who Jarvis is. He's decent, but I think I give this one to Keith Thurman. It's another tune-up fight.
Another tune-up fight. And of course, this one right here, man. Spectacle of.
Did you guys see the press conference?
Nah.
Watch this. Eubank smacks Conor Ben with an egg.
I did see
He
this.
smacks him with an egg. Watch right here. What'd you say, punk? Bang. With an egg. Yeah.
He had an egg in his pocket?
Yeah, he had an egg in his pocket. So, you know what I'm saying? And these dudes, do you know about their rivalry?
No.
It's basically their fathers. Their fathers had a deep rivalry, okay? When they was fighting in England, they're both from London, you know what I'm saying? So they have this deep rivalry, and now the sons are fighting. They're not even in the same weight class, really, but they still fight. Yeah. So listen.
Pass down beef.
Listen, he said, Ben said to Eubanks, that's why your father don't even like you.
oh.
But real quick, Junior, remember, they were supposed to fight like 2 years ago because of the PEDs.
Yeah, the steroid. Ben got caught with steroids, so and he said that he was eating too much eggs, and that's why Eubanks brought the eggs and smacked him with it. He tested positive because of the eggs.
I'm glad you said something about the eggs. I was asked, like, what's that? Like disrespect over in their country? Like,
Nah.
I was
Because
gonna think of something, Joe.
he said he failed the test because something was in the eggs.
He like Canelo with the steak.
With the steak, right? Somebody need to smack Canelo with a steak next weigh-in.
And finally, there was a press conference yesterday about this 3 fights.
When is it?
May 2nd.
Oh, it's in May?
I'm not
Times Square.
I'll be honest, I'm not intrigued by that.
Times Square.
By any of those.
All right, so here's what I'm going to say about these matchups. Like Todd, I'm not really intrigued either. I think, who's that fighting Teofimo? Is that?
Barboza.
I think Barboza's going to beat Teo. Okay.
He punked him.
Yeah, I think he's going to beat Teo. I think it's going to be a good fight between Rolly and Ryan until Ryan knocks him out. And I think Devin Haney's going to lose again.
Yeah, he's too weak still.
I think the guy that he's fighting, that's Hernandez, what's his name?
Jose Ramirez.
Ramirez. I think Ramirez is too tough for him.
Real quick, Heaney actually blamed Ryan's PEDs for his loss. So, right then and there, told me that mentally he's not there.
Man, the way that man knocked you out. Ooh,
That's why I think, I don't think he recovered, T.
No.
I don't think Haney recovered from that fight. What do you think?
He lost.
That wasn't that for real. Like, nah, that was.
You lost, but also stop doing drugs.
Oh, you're talking about Ryan?
Yeah.
He was wild too.
Yeah, man.
Heaney should have done PEDs too.
He did. It would have just wiped the whole thing out.
We wasn't a kid. We just want to see a good fight. To
Definitely.
be honest.
Yeah,
He should have.
I'll be honest. When you're like boxers that size, like it's like.
At that point, he should have bit him.
I wasn't really too high on Haney. Anyway, I really wasn't, bro. I really wasn't. He got skills, but he ain't Shakur. He gets hit too much.
He's not even strong. I don't see the power.
Haney gets hit way too much.
Yeah.
Shakur don't get hit at all.
No.
Shakur, to me, Shakur's the best boxer right now.
Yeah,
He just got to bring the entertainment.
get his hands fixed.
He's got to bring the.
But he's still the best boxer. Whether his hands are brittle.
I mean, he got to get his hands.
and
His
the
hands
best
got to
fighter
heal.
is Terrence Crawford.
He's the best boxer, but we hardly ever see him with like good fighters too, like great fighters, like a Tank or another like a Teofimo.
Yeah, that's because those dudes don't want to fight him because they understand that they're not going to be able to touch him.
Don't get me wrong, I love Shakur, and I know he's great, but I want to see those guys.
Yo, he wants to see it too. Believe me, Shakur wants to fight these guys, but these guys know that they can't touch him. I'm telling you, they know.
Ella Sheik, where is he when you need him?
Huh?
Ella Sheik, where is he when you need him?
Check out these interviews, man. We got interviews, then we're gonna come back.
He gonna
wrap this up.
He gonna make it happen. Watch, I guarantee it.
Coach, team advanced to the quarterfinals. It's always great to continue the season because at this time of the year, it's, the seniors might be their last game. You don't know when, but how good does it feel to get to coach those seniors again?
It's very exciting. They've put a lot of hard work in the past 4 years, and happy for them that they got to win the last home game of their career. Was exciting, and we're looking forward to the next round.
First quarter, the ladies could punch at them, built to double digits. In the second quarter, they came back and they countered that, took the lead to halftime. What adjustments did you make into the half? It seems like in that half, after the half, the defense really picked up.
Yeah, I mean, basketball is a game of runs, so we came out through the first punch, which was the plan. They got back in it, and I think we just had to get back to basics. We weren't doing little things like closing out well, we weren't communicating, and we needed to rebound better. So we just did a little refocus at halftime and then came out with some better energy, pressured them again at the beginning of the third, and I think that was the key.
There was multiple players that had major contributions in this game. Really had a great game. Other players had a great game. Just how key is that as a team for multiple people to be in double digits? Because in the playoffs, somebody might just have an opportunity that they have to seize.
Yeah, and I like Quo and Kerry draw a lot of attention. And Lily's been stepping up consistently for us, and the other kids that aren't necessarily scoring a lot are definitely contributing in other ways, setting good screens, cutting hard, all those things matter. So everyone's contributing, if they got in or they didn't. So.
Lastly, what's one key thing that the ladies have to do to ensure that they have a chance to punch a ticket to the Final Four?
I think they need to believe in themselves. That is the key.
All right, Coach, congrats on the win and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys jumped out 7-0 early lead, never trailed in this game. What was the key to that fast start?
We wanted to come out and play fast pace, try to pressure the guards, try to keep their big guys from hurting us in the half court. We knew that their advantage was their rebounding and their size down low with Roki and Bab. So we just wanted to try to pressure the guards as much as possible, play as fast as possible, and get in transition.
June, big 15 off the bench, made some open shots, good defense. What can you say about him?
I mean, listen, when we missed June in the Spartan Classic, I didn't want to make excuses, but June's a big part of this basketball team. He's one of my best on-ball defenders, and he's our best three-point shooter. So obviously, when him on the floor, he opens it up. He opens penetration up for JJ as well as Jake. If June's not on the floor, they can play a little bit more help defense, which teams did. But now with him back and defending and shooting like that, I think we're a tough matchup.
Season continues. That's the most important thing.
Without a doubt.
Season continues. You still get to coach those seniors again. Just how key is that for a head coach when you've been with some guys for 4, maybe 5 years to just continue to coach them?
I mean, you were here the first night in the playoff game, which we got it one out against Falmouth, which was tough. So I told the guys, no matter how you win, as long as you win in advance, that's what it's all about at this point. So I know obviously we play a little bit better today, but a lot of these kids have been part of me for 4 or 5 years. Luke's been part of the program since he was in 6th grade. Tyler got here as a freshman. Donnell's been here since the freshman year. So we just want to keep on enjoying ourselves, join this run, work hard in practice, and hopefully take care of business on game night.
What's the biggest key when you get at this point in the postseason? You know who your opponent is, but what's the biggest key as far as a head coach in preparation? Because you don't have a lot of time to prep for a team. I mean, granted, you're going to have 2 days for this one with the game out of the
Execution. We went into this game knowing that, again, Glasgow was a very good offensive rebounding team. We wanted to box on rebound. Didn't do a great job in the first half. I think we did a much better job in the second half. And also, we wanted to take away what the other guards had as strength-wise. We knew that Rucker was tough going to the hoop, but I think he wants to attack left most of the time, so we got to force him right as much as possible. I think that was our big advantage, playing our guards against their guards, and I think that showed at times tonight.
good does it feel just to continue with your season, continue to get practice and preparation, return out in the second quarter from that first quarter?
Yeah, I think anytime these games happen, you want to just keep playing, right? So that's the goal, and that's why we work so hard to get a top 4 seed to make sure these games are here. Thought first quarter, we came out a little flat. Obviously, St. John Shrewsbury being a Catholic Conference team, they see Malden Catholic, they see CM, they see BC High. So we knew they weren't going to come in here and be scared or see something they haven't seen. So second quarter, we just kind of talked, we got to guard a little bit more. We hang our hat on that. In that first quarter, we didn't guard the way we were supposed to. In second quarter, you could see we really kind of turned it up. And a credit to our captains. They came to the huddle. I didn't have to say too much. They just said, "Hey guys, this is how we play." So it was a really good second quarter, and obviously I think we played a pretty good second half.
With defense, it seems like the communication was very high. Second quarter made it difficult for those guys. How important was that for those guys?
Yeah.
You to communicate with them and then communicate.
Yeah, since the Andover game, I'd even say the Newton North game, we've really bought into that and practice on defense. And it's been our captains. It's been Elias, it's been Antonio, it's been Javi, kind of holding everybody accountable to make sure that our rotations are right, we have ball pressure, that we're in help, that we're denying wings. So all credit goes to them.
Definitely, you await the winner of Lincoln Sudbury and Lowell. We'll be facing off tomorrow. You've seen Lowell before. Lincoln Sudbury is a pretty very good team as well.
Yeah.
Just your thoughts on those two teams, how the matchup and what your team has to focus on when you figure out who.
Yeah, we're really happy to still be playing. No matter who you play in an Elite Eight game, they're going to be a really good team. So we're excited for that. I've seen Lincoln Sudbury and Lowell play a little bit on film. Obviously, we had a good battle with them back in early January. But we're ultimately just excited to just be able to keep playing. So whoever comes in here, I think it'll be Friday night. I'm sure it's going to be a dogfight, and we're really excited for that opportunity. And ultimately, this is for us our third trip to this game in 4 years. So we have some experience in this game. So it'd be nice to finally get over the hump. But with a young group, we're just still really excited to see where we are.
All right, Coach. Congrats.
All right, I appreciate all you do.
Coach, you're heading back to the semifinals game. Your team defensively locked in the second quarter. What did you guys do defensively in that second quarter?
We just try to make everything difficult for everyone we play. It's kind of been our mantra all year. It's just making them do the things they don't want to do as much as possible. It sounds pretty simple, but that's the idea. But I thought we rebounded the ball really well. I thought we kept them out of the paint. They started getting in there a little bit in the second half, but I thought we did a really good job of rebounding the ball, taking care of the ball in offense, not letting them get out in transition.
Cade and John, really solid offensive game. Just what can you say about them?
Cade and Jake?
Cade and
Olmstead, yeah.
They had a really good offensive game, but your team also had a response for every one of their runs. What can you say about the maturity and calmness when they were making those runs?
Yeah, we were talking about it all week. If this game is about mental toughness, staying controlled, not letting their pressure get to you, but controlling the game from our standpoint, doing what we want to do when we want to do it. I thought they did a good job of taking care of the ball and sharing it.
Lastly, you played a winner of Lowell and Central Catholic tomorrow, but also you get to coach up your seniors once more again as the season continues. Just your thoughts on those two teams and also having to still continue those guys, to coach those guys for a couple more times.
Well, honestly, the thoughts on the other two teams, I haven't really dug into them too much. My focus has been on BR for the last, 72 hours, whatever it's been. So I'm one game at a time, but we'll get out there. We'll see that game tomorrow. We'll get ready. As far as having the seniors again, it's a dream come true. Let's keep it going. I'm glad they finished off their careers here at home and getting a Final Four win. So I'm really proud of them. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Coach, the first three quarters, it was kind of, it was kind of like a boxing match. Both teams kind of feeling each other out, You guys went on an early run, they went on a 9-0 run, but then you guys responded. Just talk about your team's poise and under control.
Yes, Mook, as a team and as a coach, I try to tell the guys, at some point in the game, you're going to hit some type of adversity. right? What are you going to do when adversity hits you? You know, you got to keep going. You got to keep fighting. And in the second half, that was a perfect pitch for us that, you know, we was down. We wasn't playing our type of basketball. So I go in the half and I tell the guys, we got to play our brand of basketball. Just play our basketball. And I believe the second half, we was attacking. We was all over the place. And it just shows Lynn Tech brand of basketball, what we're used to.
Your bench was really big in this one. Travis came in 6 points early. Johan came in and gave a big boost with your two bigs in foul trouble. Just talk about Johan and how he was just ready for the moment and seized the moment right there.
Yes, Johan been working all season to get himself in shape and to contribute to the team. And I feel like Johan is like a sleeper on our team. You know, him and Trav, people don't really look at them as, you know, key contributors, but as you can see, they give us stuff when we need it, and that's all I can ask for. I mean, Trav he's a special kid, and he's like, I always tell him I try to make him my Lou Will off the bench so he can get high volume shots and, you know, turn the game around, and I felt like he did that today. Johan came, and he didn't play first and second, but he didn't let that get to him because he knows I like for him to finish the game, and that's what he did. He came and he finished.
Quarterfinals. First, how are you feeling right now that the season is continuing for you?
We're super excited, you know, keeping the foot on the gas, and we're all excited to keep going.
Second quarter, they kind of picked it up offensively. They took the lead going into the half. Third quarter, guys, ladies held them to, I think, 6 or 8 points. Defensively, what adjustments did you make to slow them down?
Yeah, we all knew that we couldn't be in foul trouble, and we all knew that we had to help each other out. And on defense, we had to help on the outside, and we all had to talk and communicate to help each other.
Offensively, what got you going offensively? A couple players got it going in that second half offensively. What got everybody going?
Yeah, I think our defense definitely picked it up, and we all had each other's back throughout the whole game.
You face off the winner of Wachusett, and I forgot who they're playing. If it is Wachusett, they was in the state championship game last year, but what's one thing the team has to do to ensure victory, whoever the matchup is in the next game?
Yeah, we definitely have to play all 4 quarters together and keep up the intensity the whole time.
All right, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
All right, man. You guys came out here, got the win. A little slow start in that first quarter, changed in the second quarter. What changed? It seemed like defense picked up in that second quarter.
Yeah, you know, we're a young group, came out firing, obviously, but things are a little different in the playoffs. You know, teams are going to fight harder, you know, but, you know, we just executed down the stretch. We got things done.
Definitely. It's a win in advance. You know, you guys are going to move forward, been in this position before. You know, what's it like at this point of the season? What's like the details you have to have in this position to have a good win?
You know, it's win or go home. So every practice, every game is cherished. That's the last time we're going to play with our seniors if it ends that night, you know what I'm saying? So every practice, every game, we're glad to play.
For you offensively, you got it going in that first quarter early. I mean, did you just get in the rhythm and it just went from there?
Yeah, I was just feeling it from the jump. It's a big game. We must win, so.
You'll await the winner of Lowell Lincoln Sudbury. You've seen Lowell before. You know, what does the team have to do in order to advance to that Final Four, depending on who you guys face off against?
We just got to execute, rebound, and defend. Everything will fall into place after that.
All right, man. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
I think it's from the first guy on the bench to the last guy on the bench and the 5 people on the court just wanting to be here, knowing we got 9 seniors on the team and that job's not finished. We got 2 more to go, and we're going to enjoy the win tonight and be back at it tomorrow for practice.
They made a run there. South of points in 2 years. Down to 6, and you guys end the third quarter on a 6-0 run to get back to double digits. That's how important it is to end the third quarter the way you did and then carry that momentum into the fourth quarter.
As a team, we talk about how the game's straight up just like there's going to be runs made, and we just got to stay together, stay composed, and fight through it together and never just be down on each other and just have each other's backs.
You know, you've been in, a lot of these guys been in this position before. But the deep run guys what are some of the learning lessons that you guys took away from last season that's kind of helped you guys in this game this season?
I think it's just staying together and taking pride on the defensive end. And crumbling under pressure, I think we're staying composed, way more composed than we did last year, and I think it's going to help us out in the deep run into the state chip. It feels awesome. Our seniors, we've been playing with each other for the last 6 years, and it's just amazing to be able to have one more practice, a few more games together. Thank you, sir.
All right, fellas, you guys came out here, jumped out to an early lead, never trailed in this game. I mean, what was the key for you guys to get that good start?
It was to come out fast, come out better than we have for the past 2 games, come out with energy, throw the first punch, and not get punched first.
Yeah, I think it was just a key, kill mentality, you know what I'm saying? We have to go out there and do something, and show, living like we were really about that and, stuff like that, yeah.
What was working for you offensively? Came off, you got your shot going in the game early on. What was working for you offensively? Say again? What was working for you offensively? You feel like you really got it going early on, and it just continued throughout the game?
Yeah, I was just focused, I just really had to do it for my seniors for real. I was just focused for them, and, they need this chip, and so do we, so I just did it for my seniors.
JJ, last game, kind of slow start. You guys had to close out the game on a 12-0 run. What did you guys learn from that game that you guys took into?
Was to not look down at anybody we play, just play the way we can play. And I feel like we did that today. We came out and we showed everybody that we can hoop. Because we're number 1 seed for a reason.
What in advance, you got Abington coming in. What's kind of the key as you guys are moving forward? Because everything, the focus got to amplify now at this point of the season. What's kind of the key things that you guys are going to be focusing on in preparation for that game, that upcoming game?
I would say trusting each other and our help defense, getting help, being in the right spots, and trusting our teammates.
In June, you listen to Squad Classics, right? How much is it good to feel to play against those guys in Classic where everybody knows each other and stuff like that? How did it feel?
It feels great to play people who you know for real and compete against them and kill mentality. And just because they're your friends don't mean that on the court you gotta go kill.
All right, guys, congrats on the win and good luck against Abington.
Thank you.
All right, fellas, it was pretty much a close game throughout that fourth quarter. You guys started pulling away. I mean, what kind of was the difference in that fourth quarter that led you guys to pull away in that game?
Yeah, we had a sloppy first half, especially on defense, just letting them get easy buckets. But offense, we was kind of slow too. But second half, we just kept it up because coach told us to. It's just yeah.
That too. We emphasized on getting stops on defense. Honestly, coach was telling us that the whole game, get some stops, and then defense turns to offense, and then we just converted on our drives and possessions.
Yeah, defensively, you guys really took them out of that rhythm they had. What did you guys do defensively? It seems like you guys at some point decided to do the full court press, and it seemed like I got them out of their groove.
Yeah, we always press, try to throw teams like that off their regular game because some teams don't really see presses like that, and just ball pressure the whole time, just staying up and then making them uncomfortable.
Travis, for you off the bench, you gave the team a big spark off the bench when things weren't really going the way it was going offensively. Guys were getting good looks, but they weren't falling. It seems like you came in there and gave them that boost. What was your mindset when you got in there?
Yeah, coach always just looks at me to come in and give a lot of energy. So that's what I really do. Practice that in practice and just keep up the tempo, really.
You guys been in this position before last year. You guys went down. You know how it gets at this point of the season. What did you guys learn from last year that you could take in preparation for Friday's game against the number 1 team?
Energy, really. We just need to pick it up more and just come out the gate hitting, really. Just defense and offense.
And then don't crumble under pressure. We've been in positions like that before. We just gotta play our game.
All right, guys. Congrats on the win.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Andy, man, slow first half for you. You got the looks you wanted, but they weren't falling. Then the second half, you just ramped it up, made more shots to the basket. What's kind of the difference for you in the 2 halves?
I think the difference between the first half and the second half was that first half.
We go to Disney! Mama, I made it! We go to Disney! Ah!
I think the difference between that first half was that I didn't settle. I settled in the first half, took a lot of threes. I wasn't really playing my game. And then second half, I just focused on trying to attack the hoop, create a shot for me and my teammates. So, first half, I came out a little bit slow, but I was ready to go in that second half.
You guys got the bench with major contribution for you. Johan Plaza, he came in there, your bigs were in foul trouble. Came in there, grabbed rebounds, made some big baskets there. What can you say about him just staying ready for the opportunity?
I mean, Johan's, he's a great player. He stayed ready. He missed a couple of weeks with an injury, but, he came these last couple of days in practice. He worked really hard, and, he was ready today. He grabbed a lot of boards, and he changed the game for us when he came in the game. So I definitely appreciate Johan a lot for coming in and giving us that energy that we needed.
You've been here before. You guys were here just a year ago. Same type of division right now. What did you guys take from last year's game that can kind of help you guys for this upcoming game? And you guys have a short turnaround too, 1 day of practice to prepare for these guys.
We've seen what it takes to be a state championship team last year. You know, we couldn't get the ball on the ground. You know, they were suffocating us. So we've seen what it's like to be a state championship team, and we took notes from that. And, you know, we're going to make sure that we don't make those same mistakes again this year. We're going to make sure that we come out next game and play like we're the state championship team.
All right, man. Congrats on the win and good luck on Friday.
Thank you.
We are back. We are back. They still talking about sequels. Oh, Class Act.
Class Act, my favorite. Class Act, my favorite.
The House Party 2 in college was crazy.
I mean, out of them, I'll give you Part 2. Out of them, Part 2. Because I felt like that was when I was old enough to really like see and comprehend compared to being so young watching. But Class Act, the funniest movie they made.
Oh, yeah.
That is the funniest movie Kid and Play ever made, dog.
Yo, oh my goodness.
I love that movie.
The Wax Museum.
I could watch that every day.
Yeah.
I could watch that once a day.
Hilarious, yeah.
What?
Kid funeral. You stab him, we grab him.
I stumbled on some wrestling over the weekend. John Cena turned heel.
Oh yeah.
And
I seen that.
They were trying to compare that to when Hulk Hogan turned heel. I'm like, no. I get it. He's been such a baby face and good guy for such a long time, but that wasn't like Hulk Hogan.
Nah, that wasn't nothing like that.
I'll tell you what he was. He was Hogan 2.0. That's all he was. He just didn't have that same effect. Because like Hogan was he on like G.I. Joes and stuff. Like he was on like shows and stuff. Hogan was like a
American hero.
You know those are real injuries, right? Travis Scott messed up.
First of all,
he messed up. Those are real injuries.
First of all, what in the? I was like, who is this black person in the back just hanging by the rows? And I found out it was Travis Scott. Oh, what? Why do y'all got Travis Scott in the back like that, just chilling?
So he busted his eye open, gave him a black eye, busted it open, it's bleeding and stuff, and he broke his eardrum.
Oh.
That's what you had. That's why when you have non-professionals doing things like that, that's what's gonna happen.
Well,
my man Rhodes, he did a good job knowing that he really busted and his eardrum was. Yeah.
From what I've seen though, Cody Rhodes has been through it. I watched a little documentary. Didn't he tear something in the middle of a fight and he had to play it off like it didn't happen? So he's like Bret Hart and them he was born a wrestler. There aren't that many kids that were growing up running around the rings, you know what I mean? Man.
The whole funny thing about Cody Rhodes with The Rock and the final boss thing, he been getting tormented by him for the past year or so. I'm like, God damn, every time I catch an episode, I'm just seeing The Rock beating the hell out of him.
Why he got problems with him like that, man?
It's just The Rock coming back.
Final boss, man.
When he did it too, he was just like, yo.
Calm down.
But I'll be honest, when I be seeing Cody and then you see Goldust and then you see they cool daddy, it's like, what happened? Did your mom take over or something? Your daddy was the man.
The man. What?
He the only man that clown Flair like that.
Oh my God.
He called Flair broke.
We somehow added wrestling to this show. Lynn Tech home tonight, 6:30. The winner will take on Burke on Friday. That game might be at Madison Park. Don't know, but it's a Friday game.
Going to that game?
That's going to be a good one.
I'm either going there or I'm going up to Lawrence to watch Lowell and Central Catholic again.
I might have to train some kids. If I don't got to train some kids, I'm tagging along.
There's some good games going. We'll see. We'll see.
Madison,
it might be at Madison Park. Yeah, because Burke's the 1 seed, and I think quarterfinals you have to have a certain amount of size.
Is Joe's coaching them, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's gonna be real good.
Yeah. So Tech got to win tonight, though. We got Manchester Essex.
Let's go, Tech. Tigers, baby.
Yeah.
Good luck, fellas.
Yeah, that's about it.
We'll talk about that other stuff.
Congrats to my cousin. He got engaged.
Oh, congratulations, brother.
The other day.
I don't know what you're thinking, but congratulations, man.
I got a couple friends of mine that, and my cousin, but I'll tell y'all in the future because they didn't tell me the exact date yet, so I don't want to spill the beans.
Happy birthday, Katie. Today's her birthday.
Oh, yep. All love. I like that. I like the birthday story.
I hope we all find the one, man.
I ain't looking.
This money, that's the one.
I ain't looking for. I'm too worried about this little lady I got raised.
This money is the one.
That's the one right there.
Yeah, for now.
Fine.